Guys, we're looking at the addition algorithm today using large numbers, and really there should be nothing overly difficult here. It's just addition. We're just taking it to the next level by adding a few place values. So I do see this as revision and just an opportunity for you to practice doing those little things right. They're going to make sure you get as many marks as possible in your schoolwork this year. So I just found this word problem online. It says Mr. Jones deposited $278,475 into a bank account. Later, he added $155,755 to his account. How much money was left? So I've knocked it up just in our nice quick algorithm. Remember, algorithm just means a way of doing things. So in an algorithm, we would set it out like this. Normally, we'd try to put the bigger number on top, plus sign over here with the line down the bottom. Now, if you struggle with addition, I would suggest you break it down into each individual place value. So draw a line between your ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, all the way up to your 100,000s. Or I like just drawing a line between my hundreds and my thousands, because then it separates that number into those two sort of columns, the two sets of houses. I find that that makes life a little bit easier, and it's not that hard to really do. Make sure you've got everything lined up too. So, nothing too complex here. We start with our ones and we add 5 and 5 to get 10. Because we've got 1, 10, it goes in the tens column. We've got 5 and 7, which is 12, and 1, which is 13, and that one gets regrouped to our hundreds. We've got 7 and 4, which is 11, and 1 is 12. We've got 8 and 5, which is 13, and 1, which is 14. The 1 goes up. We've got 7 and 5, which is 12, and 1 is 13. And then in our 100,000s, we've got 2 and 1, which is 3, and 1, which is 4. I always like, especially if it's a word problem, doing the answer in the algorithm, but then putting an answer separately off to the side. So in this case, our answer is $434,230. Be careful if there's a zero in your answer. Some boys tend to skip that out. And if I miss that zero off, I've got a very, very different number. In your text, it also says that you need to check your answers using rounding. So the easiest way to do that is just to add up the two digits in your 100,000s column. So 2 and 1, which is 3. So the answer should be roughly near 300,000. This one's obviously a lot higher because we had so much regrouping going on here. So what I like to do in that instance is take a look at the next place value too. So we can see 7 and 5. That's going to give us a number to carry over into the 100,000s. So we could do, when we're rounding, 2 plus 1 plus the 1 that we know is going to come from the 7 and 5, which is 12. So I know my answer should be near 400,000. I've got 434,000. That's a good sign that I've done something wrong. Check it again though using the formal addition algorithm. In terms of extension, you can push this further. You can add numbers in the millions. One of the trickier things to do is to add a really large number and then add a number that's not quite as big, because then you've got gaps in your algorithm that make it a little bit tricky. So, if you're doing research online, maybe go look at something like house prices and pretend you had to buy 5 houses. What would that cost? If you're on realestate.com, you can look it up. If you're into cars, go to cars.com, look up a couple of cars that you like, see what it would cost if you wanted to buy 4 Maseratis or 4 Lamborghinis, or if you like Toyotas, go for that as well. Good luck with addition, boys.